Hello and welcome to your weekend oracle reading for November 2nd and 3rd, 2019. I'm Linda the Lightworker and I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for sticking around and being a subscriber to my channel. And I'm seeing it so bright, but I'm trying to work on the lighting today. Anyway, here's where we are. Let's jump into our weekend cards. So the first card that we have come up is this very powerful Justice card. Now let me see. I think I can make this any better. You wouldn't believe that I do actually practice this before. I mean, I do hold up. There we go. There, that's better. Okay, so this is the Justice card. And the Justice card is all about receiving the justice, oh, that's not right. I mean, it is right. For some of you, you've been feeling persecuted and you've been on the defense and you've had to defend your point of view or just kind of be breaking, doing some trailblazing for yourself, especially coming out of a difficult situation. So with this Justice card, it is about the rebalancing. Do you see she's blindfolded? And one of the interesting things is that this book, and I don't know what book it is, you know, in the court of law, people swear on a Bible, but if you don't believe in the Bible, I guess you can choose another book, something you swear to. But the law, this is what I'm getting, these laws are on fire, but you notice the flames coming out of there, but they're not being burned. And while she is blindfolded, she is listening to all sides before she weighs in on her decision here. So what does that mean? So that means that so many of you, oh, and now the sun's coming out. All right, well, I am the light worker. So for so many of you, there's been this defense and defending and your honor and trying to make it, but I need this back because of X, Y, and Z, or I have to go because of this, or whatever. There's something coming, the baby's coming, so I'm making these choices. Like there's like a defensiveness about telling our point of view. So what Spirit's saying is that, well, I'm hearing two things. So the first act of war is defense. That's really coming through clearly. So remember that however you're using your words and whatever is coming up for you, if you're defending your position, that is creating the unpleasant situation, right? Does that make sense? Right, defending. The second thing that's coming up is that so many of you are having so many conversations going on in the back of your, or in the forefront of your mind. I'm seeing the kitten playing the ball back and forth. But I said this and he said that and she said this and then that happened and blah, 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 blah. So this card is, and I'm even feeling dizzy throwing this energy around. So this card is an invitation for you to sit. You be this woman blindfolded and call order in your mind. And you listen to each point of view. You get to listen to each voice that's popping up or each thought that's coming up for you in this back and forth. So if you're feeling defensive or if you feel you need, you were the victim and you need to persecute whoever your attacker was in whatever way, emotionally, psychically, whatever, you get to hear all sides, but then you get to sit in that decision. So remember to create this courtroom of your mind with clarity and with peace. Call order. I keep hearing a gavel and seeing a gavel going, order, order, order. Oh my gosh, look at all this light coming in. All right, and then our next card. I mean, you can't even see it because there's so much light from the backlighting. But it's the first light. It comes in and it reads, beginning a new cycle. So you can't really see, but do you see all that bright light that's coming through? It's a new cycle. And I love this like autumn leaf falling down here as we enter into snowy times. And this card relates to your sitting in a decision. I mean, I can't make these cards up. I'm so sorry for the bad lighting. But with this justice, then you get to sit in a decision. You get to sit, you get to decide. Your final ruling gets to come out. I'm laughing because of all this light and playing with me. I feel like it's spirit playing a joke. But here's this card, this first light, and the autumn leaves coming through, and then the snow down below. So this really is the beginning of your new cycle of what's happening next. While we have not yet entered the season of winter, we are preparing, especially I'm here in the Northeast today, and it's getting really cold now. So as you're sitting and listening to all sides, it is going to illuminate some of the perspectives you might not have been listening to. Remember, if you are defending what happened to you and not having the moment to sit in compassion for yourself, for the injury that you've had or your psychic injury. I keep hearing there's a psychic war going on. Some people are not talking about things but throwing these mental daggers back and forth. So really sit in that and feel your pain first and really reclaim that. But then remember to have compassion for the accuser. Oh my gosh. And that takes the greatest courage of all, to forgive and to understand where the accuser came from so that you're able to sit in your decision. This all feels very energetic. Okay? You get that. All right. So it is about really listening to both sides and being fair. It could be a little tricky, you know, Mercury's in retrograde, which means that can really confuse a lot of our communication. Really, literally just pausing to find that word. Communication, that's what it's all about. It's going to be here for about 3 weeks. So just ride it out. Make sure you're careful with your plans and working with your communication and that you're being as clear as possible. But don't be so hard on yourself. Get out of that. You've come through the most difficult part. Now it's time to find your peaceful resolution. All right, my dear, I hope that's helpful for you. It really was a very clear message. I'm really seeing a lot of you being able to listen to all the perspectives that are running around in your head so that you're able to come into a greater clarity about who you are, what you want, and where you're going. Remember what your main life focus is. Remember, what is it about? And what your gifts are and how you share with others and how important that is on all levels, emotionally, psychically, energetically, creatively, and in a nurturing way. We share so much and we give so much to each other. So be sure to remember your light as it starts flooding in. And I hope you know how much I love you and how grateful I am you stopped by my little channel. And I look forward to seeing you next time.